If you think space is the final frontier, you might be looking in the wrong direction, because miles beneath the surface are deep-sea creatures that look like they belong on another planet. We are plunging into the pitch-black abyss to reveal bizarre, alien sea life that completely defies modern science. Down here, the crushing pressure is enough to destroy a military submarine, and there is absolutely no sunlight penetrating the depths. Yet, in this freezing and hostile void, evolution has engineered literal monsters that thrive in the extreme conditions. Once you see what is hiding in the deepest trenches of our ocean, you will never look at the water the same way again. Our descent begins in the twilight zone, where we find our first extraterrestrial-looking entity called the Barreleye fish. Imagine a creature hovering motionless in the dark water, possessing a head made entirely of clear, transparent tissue. You can look directly through its forehead to see its glowing, bright green eyes, which are highly sensitive tubular lenses. These unique eyes are designed to look straight up through its own skull, allowing the fish to spot the faint silhouettes of prey swimming above. While a transparent skull might seem like a vulnerability, it actually gives this bizarre creature an incredible evolutionary advantage in the deep ocean. Just a bit deeper, we encounter a tiny crustacean that seems to glitch in and out of reality, known as the sea sapphire. One second, it is completely invisible to the naked eye, and the next, it flashes with a blinding, iridescent blue light that rivals a diamond. This spectacular flashing effect is caused by microscopic crystal plates built right into its shell, which ignite like a neon sign when hit by ambient light. Scientists believe they use this flashing code to communicate with each other across the dark ocean, making them look remarkably like advanced extraterrestrial technology. Leaving the twilight zone, we enter the midnight zone, where light is weaponized by monsters like the terrifying anglerfish. The female of this species possesses a modified dorsal fin that acts like a biological fishing rod, tipped with a glowing lure filled with bioluminescent bacteria. When a hungry fish spots this tiny, glowing trap in the pitch-black water, they swim closer to investigate the easy meal. Suddenly, a massive mouth filled with long, translucent, needle-like teeth snaps shut, instantly trapping the victim before it can react. With a stomach that can stretch to swallow prey twice its own size, the anglerfish is a perfect, terrifying trap designed to survive where food is incredibly scarce. The anglerfish isn't the only horror using light to survive. Deep in the oxygen minimum zone, the vampire squid hangs suspended like a gothic phantom. Despite its terrifying name, this bizarre creature doesn't drink blood, though its velvet red cape of webbing looks like pure science fiction. When threatened, rather than shooting black ink, it flips its entire cape inside out to wrap its body in a defensive shield lined with fleshy spikes. Even more incredibly, it can shoot a cloud of glowing bioluminescent mucus into the water to blind predators, giving the squid time to safely vanish back into the darkness. As we reach the true abyssal plane, the seafloor resembles the barren surface of the moon, serving as the hunting ground for giant scavengers. Meet the giant Isopod, an armored, prehistoric-looking creature with reflective compound eyes that looks exactly like a common pillbug, scaled up to the size of a dog. These scavengers scuttle across the freezing ocean floor, searching for sunken carcasses, boasting a metabolism so slow they can survive for over 5 years without eating. When a massive whale carcass finally falls to the bottom, thousands of these armored aliens swarm the meat in a terrifying feeding frenzy that strips the bones completely bare. If you think the sea floor itself is safe, you need to look closer at the sand, where the highly advanced stargazer fish lies in wait. This ambush predator buries its entire body under the ocean floor, leaving only its armored, upward-facing eyes exposed to watch for unsuspecting victims. When a fish swims overhead, the stargazer can strike with a venomous spine or deliver a massive electric shock from a specialized organ behind its eyes. By stunning its prey with pure electricity before swallowing it whole, this creature functions like a living, breathing landmine hidden in the sand. Moving to the steep, rocky drop-offs of the oceanic trenches, we find a living fossil known as the Goblin shark, whose lineage spans over 120 million years. Characterized by flabby pink skin and a massive sword-shaped snout, the true horror of this predator is revealed when it finally strikes its prey. The goblin shark can physically detach its entire jaw from its skull, shooting its mouth forward like an alien xenomorph to snatch passing fish and squid. Lined with chaotic nail-like teeth that trap anything they touch, this mechanism is one of the most mechanically bizarre feeding strategies in the animal kingdom. Finally, we plunge into the Hadal Zone, the deepest trenches on Earth, where the crushing pressure is unimaginable and the darkness is eternal. Floating in this void is arguably the most terrifying creature ever recorded, the Bigfin Squid, an abyssal phantom with a standard squid body and impossibly long, thin tentacles. These delicate, alien-like arms bend at harsh 90-degree angles, like a massive underwater spider, trailing for over 20 feet into the pitch-black water. Captured on camera only a handful of times, they hover completely motionless in the freezing depths, serving as otherworldly sentinels guarding the ocean's darkest secrets.